Look out, y'all. Ashy Knuckles just got through watching the recorded KELL BROOK versus JoJo Dan. He didn't really look sharp to me tonight. I know he won in impressive fashion. He just straight took the guy out. He just didn't. He didn't look too sharp to me. Now granted, the special one. Boy, that boy jab is a sledgehammer, and when that jab is on point, whoever he fights is gonna have a hard time. If they're not moving their head repeatedly, they're gonna have a hard time trying to slip that jab. It's a thudding jab too. It make me wonder if he's even left-handed. If not, he just got a powerful fucking jab. But at the end of the day, KELL BROOK, he's actually a 1-2-3 fighter. I think what makes him special, as they call him, is his timing. His timing is on point. It doesn't seem like he misses a lot in there. He watches everything you do. He throws a lot of straight shots, kind of like Ali. Ali threw more straight shots than anything. And why not? The closest distance between two points is a straight line. The punches get there. If you throw straight shots, they're gonna get there before the hook gets there. Before the uppercut gets there, the straight shot gets there. So that's not that's not to his detriment. That's not a minus on the attribute sheet. That's actually a plus that he throws a lot of straight shots. But the minus, I think, is that he's a bit of a headhunter. He's trying to get guys out of there, just bombing them out to the head. I think if he mixed his shots up a little bit more, I think he would have had JoJo Dan out of there a little bit early, probably in round 1, maybe round 2 at the most. But it seems like once he got JoJo Dan hurt, his punches weren't as accurate. It seemed like he was getting a bit careless. Better fix that before you come back across that pond, bro. You got to be precise and correct when you fight these killers we got over here. But at the end of the day, coming off of being stabbed and shit and going through surgery, he did what he was supposed to do. He had the mandatory in front of him. And he dispatched the boy, you know what I'm saying? He rerouted him back down the rankings list. So KELL BROOK is looking good right now. He's still, young guy relatively, looking for big names. Amir Khan has not been willing. It seems like he's been very reluctant to face the guy, and I don't understand that. I don't understand why. Amir Khan, to me, has earned his stripes with me. And the reason why is because he came across that pond super early, trying to prove that he belonged, and he does. Now, that's not to say he doesn't have his vulnerabilities. He has those. I think they're well documented, but I think his attributes are a whole lot more stronger than his vulnerabilities, and as a result, he's doing what he's been doing, which is getting guys beating the dog shit out of him and winning titles in the process. But at the end of the day, I think there's some unfinished business that needs to be settled with KELL BROOK. If the venue that KELL BROOK fought in today was any indication of his drawing power, it looks like a fight, a showdown with Amir Khan would have no problem filling up one of the stadiums over there, Wembley or any of the other stadiums. I don't know. I don't know what's up over there in London and whatnot. My geography is not good. I'll call Wales England. And probably other Americans probably thought so too, but my geography is not good at all. But at the end of the day, the UK is the UK. And the UK are some great fans. They're very supportive. I don't like how they boo people national anthem. That, to me, that sucks, man. That's not cool. You don't boo somebody's national anthem. I mean, damn. At the end of the day, a person cannot help where they come from. So if they love where they come from and they're representing where they come from, don't boo the anthem, man. That's some silly shit. That's not cool at all. You know what I'm saying? Boo the guy, boo the fighter, don't boo the anthem. That's just kind of slapping the shit out the place of where the guys originate from. So I don't like that. But for the most part, we all know UK fans are some of the best fans in boxing. They really show up and show out. They be drunk as fuck, cheering. It's bonkers up in that arena. So good looks for that. But as far as Amir Khan, hopefully he'll stop thinking that he should by default secure a mega fight with Pacquiao and Mayweather and take care of the unfinished business across the pond with Kell Brook. Kell Brook is also will show that he's willing to come across the pond and chase Amir Khan to the United States to face him. And I think Amir Khan, by him doing what he did early in his career, come over here and fight the best fighters that we have to offer, not just Americans, but all the best fighters in the world. We all know they make their way to the States at some point in their career, if not their whole career. And I don't want Amir Khan to do like Ricky Hatton did, which is avoid his arch nemesis throughout his whole career. And a reason being is because he slags me off. He talks shit about me. What the fuck? That don't make sense. It never has made sense to me. This is boxing. Talking shit is part of the game. This is the only sport in the world when somebody talks shit about your game, you have the opportunity to get in front of them and beat the shit out of them and get paid for it and not go to jail. Ricky Hatton should have gotten in the ring with Junior Witter and proved that he was better than Junior Witter, if that's what he really believed. But by not fighting a guy that's from his own country or from his own neck of the woods, not from that area, to me, I just thought that's gonna always be a black eye in terms of his legacy. Also, Frank Warren keeping that pacifier in his mouth for the bulk of his career, having him feast on blown up super featherweights and lightweights. When Ricky Hatton should have been over here. He was a beast early. Showtime had him on their broadcast for a long time before he finally got in the ring with Kostya Tszyu. Ricky Hatton should have been over here. I think his legacy could have been much better than it is had he came across that pond a little earlier. Because it ain't like he ain't have nothing. He was nice, you know what I'm saying? And I think for his style, he would have made for some great, very intriguing matchups. I would have loved to see him and Gotti. That would have been just off the chain. You know, him and Mickey Ward would have been good. Him and Cotto, Hatton versus Cotto would have been a damn good fight. There was a lot of quality matchups for him at 140 pounds that just was not made because he just would not come across that pond, man. He was safe under Frank Warren's wings. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's Ricky Hatton's fault, but at the end of the day, you have the power to not sign the contract for the guys that you're facing. So, and there's absolutely no excuse not to have fought Junior Witter. So I would like for Amir Khan to step to the plate. If you're better than this guy, prove it. Get in there. Beat the shit out of him if you can. Even if you don't win, get in there with him, man. And if he reroutes you down that rankings chart, build yourself back up. It ain't like you won no world title at welterweight yet. So the fight makes sense. He has one of the trinkets at this weight, and maybe a potential fight against Mayweather, Pacquiao, winner or loser, makes you more appealing for an opponent. Because at that stage, they're not going to fight no tune-up. You know, every fight is a money fight, and Amir Khan can be a quality B-side to a pay-per-view if he's not fighting one of those monsters. If he's fighting one of those monsters, and maybe he can headline a pay-per-view of his own right now in the UK. So at the end of the day, I want to see Kell Brook more. We've seen Amir Khan a lot. I want to see Kell Brook. I mean, we've seen Kell Brook, but you got to go out of your way to see him. I don't want that. Come on over. Come to Vegas. Come to New York, Atlantic City, California, wherever. Just come to the States. Whoop some ass over here. Build your reputation here. If you build your reputation here, your reputation at home is going to build anyway because you're whooping ass abroad. So they have to come through. And knowing the UK fans, they're going to support you. So at the end of the day, Kell Brook handled his business. He did what he was supposed to do. He took JoJo Dan out, and he moves forward. Like Chris Bird always say, you get the W, you move forward. You got the W. He's still a titleist at the weight. He's still a force to be reckoned with. I like to see more of him. Like I said before, he didn't really look too sharp to me today. He wasn't sharp. The jab was nice. It wasn't the best that I've seen from him. Right hand was good, but damn, I'm starting to think maybe his power may be just a little bit overrated. Because he hit this guy with a lot of straight rights. I mean, he was getting caught at the end of, JoJo Dan was getting caught at the end of the right hand. And I know that's where all Kell Brook's power is, on that right hand. When he get full extension and snap on that right hand, I'm sure that's where all his power is. And JoJo Dan kept getting up. And when he got up, he wasn't doing a stanky leg and tripping over himself. he would get up and have his hands like this. So it wasn't like it was just a knockdown that had him just where he didn't have his wits about himself. He got up and instantly was ready to continue every time he got knocked down. It's not good to get knocked down. That's not a great indicator. I mean, that is an indicator he does have some power. KELL Brook I'm talking about. But the way JoJo Dan's body language after getting up makes me think that his power may not be what he thinks he is. Maybe it's because JoJo Dan maybe he was just in that type of shape where he could take those punches, go down and recover. Maybe he just has super quick recuperative abilities. Who knows? At the end of the day, he stopped him and he made short work. You know, he didn't have to go to full 12. And like I said, you win, you move forward. So that's all I got for you for KELL Brook. Let's see what he's going to do. Let's see the KELL Brook versus Keith Thurman. Everybody's hype on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's a young guy on the rise, doing a lot of good things. He talking right. He ain't avoiding anybody. Ready to mix it up with the best at 147. And I think with the win over Shawn Porter, not just the win over Shawn Porter, but I mean, I thought his win over Carson Jones proved that he can fight. A lot of people were talking about how Carson Jones is a bum because they're looking at the numbers on his record, but they don't have no history. They don't know Carson Jones can actually throw some hands. Now, at this point, the best of them is come and gone, but that's a quality out. A guy to get in the ring with Carson Jones, that's a quality out for him. I mean, if you take him, he's one of those guys that if you don't properly prepare for him or underestimate him or think you're just going to go in there and just starch him, you're going to hope you have packed your lunch, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have a long day's work. But if you're nobody, if you really don't have no hands and everybody hyping you, it's going to be revealed to you if you fight Carson Jones. Because if you really don't have no hands, or if your hands are mediocre and you get in the ring with Carson Jones, he going to beat your ass and then you're going to know about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he beat Carson Jones. He beat Shawn Porter. He beat some other guys. Beat Hatton's brother. Let's see more from KELL Brook. Until next time, it's your boy. You know the name. Deuce.